Today, you will brainstorm your favorite place to create a background for a self-portrait. You will have your paper portrait style nice and tall and write your name and class code on the back. When you flip it over, you will start with paint markers and you will draw a horizon line from one side of your paper to the other. Once you have decided what place you are going to create, you will put everything below the horizon line as the ground or the sea. So I'm making some green texture to create green grass for the ground of my favorite place. I'm also going to add a tree. My aunt and uncle have a farm and I love their one tree that they have in their front yard. So I wanted to include the green grass from their farm and this tree that's growing from below the horizon line, the ground. Maybe your favorite place is the beach. So I decided to draw some sand using little dots with my yellow paint marker and brown paint marker to create sand. And then I created my horizon line with my blue to show that the sky and the sea are meeting, and I added some waves with my blue paint marker. Then I know everything above that horizon line is going to be the sky. So I'm using an oil pastel to push really hard and create clouds. Then my last step is to fill in all the white spaces with my watercolor paint. So I'm starting with my sky color. Everything above that horizon line is going to be filled with my sky color. Notice how when I paint over my oil pastel clouds, you can start to see the white of the clouds. I'm using long, smooth, even brush strokes and then gently tapping if I would like to create some dots mixed in my sky. If I have enough time, I can use the watercolor paints to fill in more white spaces below my horizon line to fill in my water, doing some greens and blues, and then a little bit of yellow to fill in the white areas where my sand is. Maybe your favorite place has a building involved. So my horizon line is going to be kind of a cityscape where I draw the tops of buildings. That can be my horizon line too. I can use my paint marker to add some details like windows and doors on the buildings, fill in a sidewalk or a street with my paint marker as well. Then everything above those buildings will be the sky because those buildings make my horizon line. So I'm going to fill in my sky color with watercolor paints, whatever sky color I want. And then I can also use my paints to fill in everything below the horizon line as well. One thing about our paint markers is if you put water on them, you can also spread the color from that. So I'm actually spreading the black lines to create gray on my buildings. Then I'm just adding some green grass that goes in between the roads. Just a reminder that when your backgrounds are done, you'll be creating a self-portrait to cut and glue over top of your background later on. So part of your background will get covered up by your self-portrait. Start to brainstorm your favorite place that you can draw. You'll start with your horizon line, then you'll add details on the ground and paint the sky before you add your self-portrait. Good luck!